There have been some rather ignorant statements made lately on the interwebs out there. One of which is, if you are a DJ over 50 years old, you should retire. Obviously, I don't agree with that. Is it self-preservation? It's a little more than that. Now, although I think the statement is ludicrous, and I don't agree with it, I actually do understand where these younger DJs are coming from. And I'll talk about that in this video. But first, when this was brought to my attention a couple of weeks ago, hey, they're saying you should retire when you're over 50. This is going around. I don't want to get involved. This is drama. This is stupid. So I'm not going to talk about this. Besides, I've been very busy in my personal life. I haven't had a lot of time for videos. But I got to thinking about it. I saw a meme the other day that said if you're a DJ over 30, you should retire. Kind of a pushback on some of the statements that are being made out there. I thought, all right, so a lot of people are hearing this. And, I'm thinking to myself, there are probably some really solid DJs out there, approaching 50 or right around that, maybe over, who are seeing this. And it's making them feel insecure and second-guessing themselves. So I thought, you know what? Video time. Let's go ahead and do this. How do I have empathy for these DJs who are making such bold statements? If I think about my time as a DJ in my teens and early 20s, I remember looking at 30 and thinking to myself, that's the cutoff. No one should be DJing over 30. That's pathetic. They look ridiculous up there. So I want nothing to do with it. I've got to find a different career path by the time I hit 30, or I'm going to be one of these awkward dudes out there that I was exposed to. All the DJs over 30 to me, back in the late 80s, early 90s, looked ridiculous up there. But those were the DJs that I knew. Those were the DJs that I was seeing. Obviously, I hit 30 and I'm still doing it in my 50s. So that was something that I had a really weird perception on just because of what I was exposed to. So with that in mind, yeah, I have empathy and can understand where they're coming from. But here's the thing that isn't being talked about. And that is, maybe it's not an age thing and maybe it's an attitude thing. This could go for DJs who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. It doesn't matter. But to be fair, let's talk about a couple of DJs that I personally know who are in their 60s now. There's one DJ that I know who has been doing the same sets and the same show for the last 25 or 30 years. Now he's popular and he works, but he's starting to think about retiring because he's not getting the bookings that he used to and he's not commanding the cash that he used to. Well, duh, you've been doing the same show for 30 years. Of course. That DJ, it's probably time for them to retire. If they can't see past the same show they've been doing for 30 years, yeah, get out because you've aged out of this. I know another DJ in their 60s who's very good. He's a great DJ. But he is starting to feel insecure about himself up there. And he's starting to do things not because they're the thing to do, but because he feels like he has to do them to stay ahead. You need to be secure with yourself as a DJ. I don't care how old you are. A lot of us of my generation didn't grow up with this participation trophy thing. We had to earn it. And there are a lot of younger DJs who just feel very entitled in what they do. It's interesting to me. I've met a lot of DJs in their 20s and 30s lately, especially with this networking that I've been doing. And there are some amazing DJs in their 20s and 30s. Some of them already seem very set in their ways. And the future that I see for them isn't good. Because if they're not willing to learn or try new things, they're going to get stuck early on. It happens. It happens no matter how old you are. You can get stuck in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever. You can probably get stuck in your teens. When was the last time you saw somebody say, you're not a real DJ if you don't do this or don't do that, or you do this or you do that? That's insecurity talking. That's somebody who has dug in on what they believe and they can't see another way of doing it. And therefore, they're dismissing anyone who's not doing what they're doing. Those are the DJs you got to look out for, because they're going to age out quick. They're not willing to grow. They're not willing to learn. You have to be willing to grow and learn to do this. I'm going to be disco this year. And I'm still learning. And I'm still growing. And I have empathy for my audience. And I get better as time goes on because of this. I don't make blanket statements like, if you're under 40, you're not a good DJ, or if you're under 30, you should not do this. I don't do that. Because I see value in the DJs who are doing it at that age. I see some, again, that just are their own worst enemy. And, even though they're good at what they do, they're talented with their skill. They're ignorant with their statements. And they seem to want to make everyone do what they do their way. And if they don't do things their way, they're wrong. Those guys are going to age out fast. They're going to age out real fast. And this is anything from programming to mixing to your equipment selection. I know a guy who's just getting off his CDs right now. He's older than me. And instead of going with a laptop, this guy's going straight to all-in-one. It took him a while to take that step, but he's doing it, and he's embracing it. He should still do what he's doing. Totally. This guy is taking the leap. Better late than never. He's taking the leap. This guy's relevant. He hasn't lost touch with his audience. He isn't just ignoring all new music. Not at all. He's embracing new technology. Like I said, it took him a while, but he's doing it. On the other hand, some of these younger cats out there, if they're not willing to at least listen to somebody who might know something they don't. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I know something they don't. Maybe they know everything. I guarantee you they don't. They don't know everything. No one knows everything about what we do. And the day you think you know everything is the day you should absolutely get out of this, because you are no longer willing to grow. And I think the day you start making real absolute statements about who should and shouldn't be in this business in regards to age, that might be your own insecurity talking. And I tell you what, I invite all of you who feel this way, who are saying that, yeah, DJs should retire as soon as they hit 50, to come and talk to me when you're 50. And let me know how you feel about it then. It changes. I guarantee you it will. And that's growth. You're going to see it in a different way. Now, you could probably deflect that and turn it around somehow and still hate on somebody, but my hope is that anyone who really does feel that way grows. But it's going to take you a few years, unfortunately. You're going to have to wait that one out. Anyway, yeah. I mean, some people should be doing this. Some people shouldn't, regardless of age. That's how I feel about it. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. Practice and enjoy.